Okay, so this week we are gonna begin learning about the respiratory system, okay? So I place this presentation here, respiratory system, right under the
Teacher.
digestive system. Yes, Mara?
Hi, teacher.
What?
Hi.
Who's talking?
Paulita, teacher.
You guys remember microphones off, okay? Miguel, do you have a
Okay.
question?
Teacher, I'm gonna send you something in the chat, an app, a web that I found really interesting about the human body.
After the class, sweetie.
Okay.
Okay. So we have the respiratory system this
Teacher,
week. Yes, Miguel.
yo estoy avisando a los otros compañeros para que entren al Zoom de
Excelente.
Science.
Diles por favor que entren y se coloquen en silencio. Okay. Bien. Okay, so we have the respiratory system. I placed a presentation here. I also placed a document of Word with notes, important notes for you to know, and some extra learning tips here. So you're going to use these 3 documents to complete the practice, okay? So today we are going to review the presentation about the respiratory system. So, respiratory system, as you might know, is the one that allows us to breathe, to do the process of respiration. And as you can see, consists of several parts, okay? Beginning with the nose and the mouth, the trachea, which is this one, and then we have the bronchi and the lungs. Those 2 pink organs here, those are the lungs. Okay, so what is the respiratory system? It is a biological system that allows us to breathe through the process of getting oxygen inside our bodies and releasing carbon dioxide. Remember, carbon dioxide is waste. Like with the digestive system, after we get the food, we take the nutrients, all the good things, and we release the waste. It's the same for air. We take air and we take the oxygen and we release the carbon dioxide because it's waste. Okay? So I have a little video here for you to see how the lungs work. It's important for you to watch the video because it's gonna let you understand more accurate about the functioning of the respiratory system. Okay? So after you see the video at home by yourself, you are able to continue with the presentation. For the respiratory system, we have several parts. Like I mentioned before, we have the trachea, which connects the mouth to your lungs, okay? And this is a large tube. It goes in front of the esophagus, okay? You know the esophagus connects the mouth to the stomach. So this is the trachea, another tube that connects the mouth and the nose to the lungs. So the trachea is gonna be divided at the end into 2 other tubes, set of tubes. These are the bronchi. Bronchi are 2 air tubes that branch off of the trachea and they carry air into the lungs. So the bronchi are going to have several other parts. They're going to split themselves into other parts called bronchioles. And at the end of the bronchioles, we have the alveoli. like raviolis, but for air, okay? So we have the alveoli. The alveoli are like little tiny grapes. They look like grapes, but they are really, really tiny. We have like 300 millions of alveoli inside our bodies. So as you see, they're really, really small, okay? So they are shaped like groups of grapes, uvitas, pequeñas uvitas. So inside the alveoli, it's where it's going to happen the gas exchange. This is where the oxygen goes and the carbon dioxide is released, okay? It happens there. And inside the alveoli, we are gonna have some also really, really tiny, tiny, small blood vessels called capillaries. And those capillaries are the ones that are going to take the oxygen and they're going to place all of the oxygen inside the entire body.
Hi,
Okay?
teacher.
Hi. Remember to place your microphones in silence. Okay? Okay. So we also have the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a muscle. Okay? And we have it here, as you can see. The diaphragm is a large muscle and contracts and relaxes itself to allow the lungs to expand. When we inhale, that means that we put air inside our body. The lungs need to be bigger. They have to expand themselves, okay? And then they go back. So that happens because the diaphragm, it's like a rubber band, and we have it here on the chest, and it goes like pull and back, pull and back. If the diaphragm wouldn't be able to do that, then the lungs would not have enough space for them to expand. Okay? So this is why sometimes when we hurt like the chest or we suffer from some punch on the ribs or something like that, the pain doesn't let us like breathe properly, okay? So we need to be really careful when we're playing, riding our bikes, and doing some activities in order to protect the diaphragm and to protect the lungs, okay? So next we have the lungs. As you can see here, look how pretty they look. We have two lungs, okay? And they are really close to the heart in the chest. They are covered by the ribs to protect, the ribs are going to protect the lungs and the heart. So the lungs are the main organs of the respiratory system. And this is where all the magic happens. We take oxygen and we release carbon dioxide. We have two lungs, but one is bigger than the other one. As you can see here on the picture, the left lung has a small part that is designed to accommodate the heart. This part over here is called the cardiac notch. This is like a small bed for the house to lay down quietly, okay? So comfortable there. So this is why the left lung is gonna be smaller than the right lung, okay? So another important thing about the respiratory system is that it's gonna be working together with the circulatory system. And why is that? This is like this because this is like that because the blood is the one that is in charge of getting the oxygen into every cell inside our body. But the lungs are the one that needs to give that oxygen into the blood. So this is why the capillaries are on the alveoli. They have this connection, alveolis, capillaries. They connect each other, so the oxygen goes into the capillaries and into the blood. So the part of the blood, because blood has many parts, the part of the blood that is going to contain the oxygen is like a small car with the oxygen inside circulating through the body. It's called hemoglobin, okay? So hemoglobin is in charge of taking oxygen through the blood into the entire body. Now, I have a question for you. What happens if we have low hemoglobin levels? What happens? Who can tell me? Think. Use your mind. What happens if we don't have enough hemoglobin?
In that case, I think that we
Teacher?
Jose is talking.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I don't really know, but I think we can just how how we said it. You know. Dios mío.
You can say it in Spanish if you want to.
Okay, que no podríamos respirar en ese entonces.
Exactly. We wouldn't have enough oxygen. And what happens to body cells if they don't get oxygen? Lorena?
We die.
We die.
Yes. So hemoglobin is really important, okay?
Teacher?
Yes, Paula?
I'm sorry. When you have asthma, you to have a low hemoglobin level.
No. Asthma is a whole different thing. What happens with asthma is that some people, like me, for example, I have asthma. So we have allergies. And when some particles get inside, they come inside my body through the air, they go inside the lungs, and they cause a process which makes the lungs fill with mucus. Okay?
Oh,
So
okay.
if the lungs are filled with mucus, that means that they cannot expand. So what happens
Teacher.
is, in most cases, because it can happen, there are different types of asthma, but what can happen is that people who suffer from allergic asthma, they cannot take air, okay? Because their lungs cannot expand. Yes,
Okay.
Christina? We're gonna say something?
So, is that basically anemia?
Low hemoglobin levels, yeah. People with anemia, they are not going to have the same respiration process than other people.
Okay.
But anemia is related to hemoglobin, but it's different, okay?
Okay.
So, continue with the respiratory system. Excellent questions, you guys. We also have some related topics about the respiratory system, which are like, why do we sneeze? Why do we have hiccups? Yes, hiccups is related to the respiratory system. And why do we cough? Why do we yawn? Okay, so all of these things are defense mechanisms from the body. For example, if some particles are floating crazy on the air and they go inside your nose or your mouth, they can cause an allergic reaction or they can cause some troubles inside. your body. So your body sends a message to your brain and says something that is going to bother us, it's coming inside through the nose. So the brain activates an alarm, and inside the nose we have little hair, really tiny microscopic hair. And those hairs are going to take those particles and are going to remove them. And they're going to do that by sneezing. When you are doing a chew, that means your body is getting rid of some annoying things, okay? So next time you're going to sneeze, don't stop the process, okay? Just let it go, but cover your mouth. Got it? Okay. It's the same with the cough. Cough is also your respiratory system trying to get things out of your body, okay? Yum, when you go like, that's sometimes because you're tired or you're sleepy and your respiration, it goes like too slow. So your body needs to increase that rhythm. And it does that by yawning, okay? So you guys, after you finish reading the presentation, obviously we have a practice. And it's this one. It's respiratory system practice 1. You can use the presentation, the notes, and the extra learning points to complete the practice, okay? There are 2 questions in the practice that you're gonna have to investigate using the internet, okay? And using your beautiful brain. Also, you guys, I wanted to remind you that on this section here, I place every week a video tutorial about the class, okay? So if you don't remember something, if you have a confusion, if you weren't able to participate of the class, you can use the tutorial to understand, okay? So that way, you can have enough information for you to complete the assignment. We only have 1 assignment this week, and you must complete it before Sunday, okay? So you have a lot of time to do it.
Teacher,
Yes, Miguel?
I already read the presentation before this. So
Excellent. That's the right way to do it, sweetie. Morgan?
La práctica hay 2 páginas. Hay que hacer las 2 páginas.
Sí, mi amor.
Obviously.
no sé qué tú crees.
You guys, it's a PDF document. You can either do it on the PDF, you can convert the PDF into a Word, or
How?
you can when
copy all the things that you pasted on the PowerPoint that you like.
Yeah, you can do it like that, or you can save the document, and when you go save as, you change where it says PDF and you put Word. So
But
save as a Word.
teacher, in there, when I do that, it only says all files.
What?
Like when I download the
PDF.
PDF, and I trato of convert in a Word, it only says PDF and all files.
Okay, that's weird. That depends on the, I guess, the Windows you have.
But I have Windows 10.
I don't know. Okay, you guys. So you can also print it and do it by hand, okay? So any way you want to do it is fine. All I care about is that you complete the practice and you understand the practice, okay? So if you need to ask me any questions, you know, you can send me an email or a message using IQ Pro. Some of you already um, send messages to me. I always try to answer really quick. And remember that if you need to have a study hall, we can also accommodate something using this platform, okay? If you need some extra help, okay?
Okay,
Teacher,